Welcome back to another update video. Couple handful of things to cover this time around. The transformer here has finally been completed, so that's available for levels now. So we've got a fuse request form here, and we've got a beautiful fuse, and we just run over here, pop the fuse in there, and the power transformer is working. This one does not light up. So like these engines here, they have very obvious on and off states. So as we can see right here, they're just completely static. There's no animation or anything going on. And once we, oh, that one goes in here, I believe. Yeah, it gets this animation, texture changes. It lights up as well. Because it's light, you can't really notice that too much. But yeah, those have obvious functioning states. This one, you just have to go off of the info text. And obviously, when you right click on it, you'll see that everything's functioning properly, or that it's not functioning properly. It'll say it's broken. Just run over that real quick. So basically, you just enter how much XP you earn, and this works the same as some of these. I don't remember. It's kind of messy. It needs to be unified at some point. It just picks a random time every time it's right clicked on for the timer. Yeah, so if it's working and you click on it, you pretty much reset the timer. So you shouldn't do that. But that also means that the trader can do that to prevent people from getting XP. So there's that. I kind of dislike that system, but it's just so much easier for me to do the code to do that than to do the whole setup. So I don't know. Another change, I don't really know what we want to call these. I believe they're just called button in the inventory. So if we search, yeah, it's just called button, unconfigured button. That's all it's called. So now there is a claim option here, and you claim it. And now I can put all of the information in there. Obviously, if I had valid information, I could submit it and it would work. However, I didn't put good data in, so I can't. But I can also unclaim it. And you might be thinking, okay, so what does any of that accomplish anybody? Well, we'll take a look at this as of right now, not finished node. This is the start of the XP purchasing kind of thing. So it tells you how much XP you have, and then you can buy stuff with your XP. It's currently broken. It's also currently not on the server. I'm only coming here because it shows me how much XP I have, because when you're a builder, that's not available in here. So yeah, it's kind of dumb on my part. But so we can go ahead and claim the button, and then if I run back over in here, I now have 19 XP available. Every button you claim requires 15 XP. I should probably put that on here, that it requires 15 XP. If you don't have enough XP, you will get a chat message saying, hey, you don't have enough XP. But if I come back here, now I have 34 back. So I don't know what I just did. Interesting. So when you unclaim the button, you get your XP back that you put into it. You also wipe out everything. So now you can't use it to go to a level. I did that because I can't really demonstrate it here at all, because this is just a local world. But on the server, say you build a server spawn and you build up all the rooms and stuff for the buttons here, because you want to have space between them, because you need to be standing around them to get sent to the levels, etc., etc. Well, if you build your spawn area and you protect it all, well, now nobody else can put buttons in. And how the buttons worked in the past, the placer was automatically the owner. So I would put a button out, and then nobody else could configure it to use it. So I'd have to grant them permission to a little tiny sub area for that one room, and that's a lot of work. So this way, it can be in a protected area, and anybody can just claim the button and then go ahead and yeah, do their thing. So that's that. Tiny little tweak on the mailboxes. There's no longer a HUD. So in the past, when you got an email or a mail, whatever you want to call it, when you had mail through this mailbox system, you would get a little notification. I don't even know if my cursor shows up here. Yeah, it does. Okay. You get a little notification envelope down here with a little message saying you got mail. Use the mail command to read it. Well, that went away, so you don't get that anymore. Also, the mail command doesn't actually exist. So I cleared up the remaining instances of the mail command in chat messages you got when you get mail. And now they tell you find a mailbox. So that's hopefully helpful. You'll get the message when you receive a mail if you're online, or when you join a server. If somebody sent you mail when you were offline, you'll get a chat message saying you have unread mail. So that's that. The new lights. I have 2 new lights I have added. We have a wall hanging one. You know what? I don't have one of the other ones out. And we have just a hanging from the ceiling, suspended ceiling lamp. So yeah, hopefully that opens up some more lighting opportunities. I know light is still pretty sparse here. Like, we've got some sci-fi kind of tube light stuff, some sci-fi lighting. I would still consider that pretty sci-fi. The tube lights, you know, whatever. And then these lights, I don't know, I just find these lights hard to build with because of how you have to build with them. Like, if you're building a ceiling and then there's the floor directly above it, well, now you have a light in your floor. So yeah, I'm glad to have those. And then the last thing, and probably what everybody's actually here for, the Param2 abilities. I do need the wand first, so I will grab one of those. And then we will look at this wall of shake. And I'm just going to select all of these, and I want to make them all this color. So using the... Oh, wait a minute. Ooh, this is an issue. I don't think this is actually an issue on the server. I believe... Okay, I don't know. I can barely read this. Well, this is kind of embarrassing. Do I need to grant myself server? I don't know what this, oops, what this information's hidden behind. Okay, so it's hidden behind the server privilege. Well, that's... Oh, wait. No, it's not. What is it hidden behind? Okay, well, I don't know. This will be something I'll have to figure out in the future. When the server gets updated to this, whatever the next release is. Because you want to be able to see the Param2 value of the nodes. So here we can see that this is color Aqua Shake, Param2 is 215. And looking at this one, the Param2 is 55. This one's 90. So I can look at these and say I want to make them all this darker color. Oops. So I want 215. So we will go ahead over here, set Param2, and we'll set it to 215. And it sets them all to this darker color. Now, some values break the node. Yeah, so let's explain what that's all about. So if we come over into here, we have all of these yucca plants here. And the yucca plants and the, whatever these things are called, warts, a lot of the plants, actually. What was that all about? I just wanted to go back. Can I just search for plants? Will that work? Helps if I include the L in plant, I suppose. There we go. So all of the plants that are, I guess, decorative only, so basically omit corn, wheat, and cotton because those are considered crops. Everything else is plants. they'll have param2 values that are just random rotations. So looking at this, this has a value of 165, this has 25, 86, 54, 175, 105, 174, 132, 31. And so basically what that means, if I just scooch myself up a little bit, they're all rotated differently. You can see it better from the top-down view here. But, oh, and I should mention that those are all, they just get a random rotation when they're placed. But say for whatever reason, you wanted them all to have the same rotation, which completely valid. Completely valid to want that. So I'm just going to try 20. Okay, so now they should all be rotated the same. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Let's try 21 because 20 worked. 21 works rotated in 1 degree. Okay. So any of your plants, you should be good. Any value, I believe, from 1 to 255. There you go. Here's where it gets interesting, though. So the corn crops here have a param2 of 43. The wheat crops have a parameter of 42. Looking from the top, this kind of has an asterisk shape to it, whereas the corn has a octotroph shape to it, or a pound sign, as you may be more familiar with it as. So we could go ahead and change this to the asterisk shape. That's param42, so we just want to go ahead and change this to param42. And they are now the asterisk shape. Neato, right? Well, what happens if we change this to, oh, I don't know, we'll just go with 43. Eh, that actually worked. Okay. Let's try 51. Okay, that grew them bigger. Sweet. I don't know, let's try 16. That also works. All right. I know I broke it before. I made them invisible. I don't know which param value I need to go for. Let's try 251. 251 is also valid. Okay. Well, oops. Oh, that's no big deal. Well, just, I guess, you should know it is possible to break the nodes if you set an invalid param2 value on them. Yeah, you also could technically use it to rotate items. So I guess we'll just go with the stairs here because I have stairs on hand, and we'll just go ahead and grab some more stairs. It doesn't really matter what the stair, what the stair material is. I must have no clip turned on, that's stupid. And I also have, all right. So say we're doing a roof and we want all the stairs to be this way. So that's a param2 of 0. So we'll just go here to there. Oh, and I should mention, you can also do, there's a chat command for it. Which is just, oh, wait, what? Param2, 0. There we go. I think I forgot to put the 0 in. And it rotated all of the nodes for you. Yeah, so here's the thing. So we can probably break something here. We'll do param2 and we'll do 27. Okay, that actually didn't break anything. Kind of surprised. I don't know, 195? That worked as well. All right, interesting. Now, as I have previously alluded to, there's a chat command for it. Turns out this chat command has existed in worldedit's code for a long time, and I didn't know that, and I'm assuming a lot of other people didn't know that. So when I went to do the code for the button, for this button right here, I discovered that there's already a chat command that does this. So you can use a chat command, you can use the button, whatever. Doesn't really make any difference. This does bring up an interesting little tidbit with these solid nodes. So any of your solid colored nodes, let me just pull these up here. If we go to nodes and we just go to, they're all going to be from the color mod. So you have your solid color with little speckles in it, the shake, the siding, the bricks. I feel like there's one other one. I thought there was like a streaks. There's bricks, there's blocks, there's bricks, there's siding. Interesting. I could have sworn there was one that was supposed to be like a... Whatever happened to that one? Interesting. Does it just not exist? Am I losing my mind? Pink blocks, bricks, siding. Oh, laminate. That's what it's called, laminate. This one has the streaks on. Yeah, okay. Streaks on the side, streaks on the top. So then what's this one called? Oh, this is just the color itself. Okay, okay, okay. And that's why that one is here. Okay. Anyways, none of that really matters. You can punch these, you know, and they change their value. And when you punch them, it just adds 32 to the Param2. So every time you do it, it'll be in an increment of 32. Now, for some weird reason, it doesn't start at 0 on these ones. Not really sure why this is starting at 3 and this is starting at 0. But this is important. So let me just go ahead and place 2 out here, and then let's go ahead and get a stair. And we want the pink stair. All right, so with them all set at their, you know, defaults, we can change them and they all will match, right? Well, here's the deal. So if you, and there's absolutely no reason why you can't, go ahead, whoops. I just want to select this one node. Can I do that? There we go. Okay, so this has a param2 value right now of 3 to match with that. I don't really know why, but it does. Oops. I keep forgetting I gotta put a value in there. I can set the param2 down to 0, which will be very difficult to actually tell that it's changed. But hey, it's 0, and that's 3. And then every time I punch it, it adds 32. Again, same thing here. So I have 99 and I have 96. Maybe you get where I'm going with this. So we can do param2 of, this is at 96, well, let's go to 90. And now it's slightly lighter. I guess it'd be more visible if I put one next to it. You know, that would probably help. So that's 90 and this is 99. So in essence, what this means is you now actually have 256, because 0 is a value as well. 0 to 255 is 256 values. You have 256, and technically you always had, but I never explained that you could get that because I didn't know you could. You have 256 shades of each colored node in the full node variation. In the stairs, you are still limited to the whatever that is. I think it's 8 for adding 32, 64, 96, 128, 4. Yeah, so 8 colors. You're limited to the 8 colors on the stairs because some of the param2 data is being used for the rotation of the node. But because these don't store rotation, because it's the same no matter what, you have 256 color values. So you could make a gradient starting at 0 and working way up to 255 and get from lightest all the way to darkest. You could do that if you want to. And of course, as has been covered before, you can always set the nodes to change the color. So we could do color red, set nodes. The shading is preserved. So the shades stay the same. We can change the color, and we can easily change the color on anything else. And then we can easily do bulk param2 manipulations as well, which is really handy, especially if you're doing, you know, a roof out of shake, because that's kind of one of the ideas I had in mind when I designed this, that you could make a roof out of it. And you're doing, you know, they're all stair nodes and you want to change the color on all of them. It'd take a lot of clicking, and I know you can, oops, let me give my hammer here. Oh, I don't have a hammer right now. You can break the node, and that'll give you the colored version of it, whatever colors it's set to. So I can now take the red shake here. I can't actually place it. Well, yeah, I could, because I can shift click. So then I have that red color. But then if they were stairs, you know, and you're trying to get all the angles and stuff, it's all really finicky. Or maybe you just changed your mind. You built the whole thing, you know, you did this trick. You set it to the color you wanted it, then you broke it so you could place it in that color. And you finished and you said, you know, this is a little too dark. I want to make it a little lighter. Well, no worries. You just look at this one. It's Param2 of 192. I think I'm going to go to 180. So we're going to go ahead and do Param2, 180. Boom, a little bit lighter. You know what? That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And unfortunately, yeah, sometimes in yeah. I think there's also a check, man, to clear the Param2 or the world edit selection box, but yeah. So that's that. Pretty exciting. The shop node, oops, the shop node that's hanging out in here is incomplete. It's not yet on the server, so hopefully in the next video that'll be done. But I'm struggling with some privilege issues right now. So yeah, that's where the code's at. But I believe everything else here should be ready to go on the server. So we have the new light nodes available, the new task, the claim system works on the buttons, and yeah, the Param2 button in world edit. So that wraps up this week's changes. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to play on the server, information's all down in the video description. As always, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.